Hello everyone, welcome to the KIDE CareStart training program. And this is day one, and today we'll be looking at professional foundations and mindsets. This course is designed for aspiring nannies, housekeepers, and domestic caregivers. But even if you're not aspiring and you already have a job, this would be a great course to refresh your memory. It has now become a basic requirement for everyone who is part of Care Cities. So let's go. So in the group, we have already started a process of welcoming one another and also telling each other what inspired us to join the program. Now we want to take it a step further. Ask yourself, what inspired you to choose a career in caregiving? Why do you think that this job is a good fit for you? Pause the video, take a moment to reflect on that. The KIDE CareStart program will be looking at four main topics. Day one, we will focus on professional foundations and mindsets. On day two, we'll focus on childcare and development basics. Then we'll continue with household management and organization. We'll crown it all with the elderly care and special needs training on day 4. On day 5, we will have the chance to speak to some other learned members of society who have done this job before and also get the opportunity to share our perspectives, since we are all experts in our own rights. Moving on to the role of a domestic worker. We use the term domestic worker generally in this training to refer to nannies, housekeepers, and elderly caregivers. The responsibilities of such professionals extend from childcare and safety to cleaning and household organization, supporting family routines, and the most important aspect is to respect family values. So, going into the depths of what is planned for today, professional details, what it takes to be a professional. This slide, we're going to focus on professional attitude, ethics, and integrity. Some of the professional attitudes that we need to adopt as caregivers, housekeepers, and nannies is to be dependable and punctual, to maintain honesty and transparency. I'm highlighting honesty because it has become one of the main sources or causes of discontentment amongst clients or families. It is important to be honest in all your dealings and to be transparent with whatever you are doing. There is also the need to respect the family's privacy and confidentiality. What that directly translates to is not taking videos or photographs of the family to put out on social media without their consent, not discussing intimate family matters without their consent. Confidentiality is key, especially for elite clients. They need to know that they can trust that whatever happens in their home stays there. And your job as a domestic worker is to ensure that the trust that has been put in your hands, you do not lose it. Another key aspect is to have patience. Patience, I would say, is more important when it comes to dealing with the children and the elderly people. Anyone who has been in this job for a while will tell you patience is key. Sometimes you can build a good relationship with the family if you have empathy. People go through different stages of their lives, and having empathy will enable you to associate with them, know how they are feeling, and support them accordingly. So, this is a question for you to ponder on. Probably to ask yourself, if you notice that an item in the household has gone missing, but you find it somewhere. The mother is looking for her jewelry, and you found it in the kids' room. What do you do? What do you do? What is the professional way to respond to this missing item? What would you do? On this right side of the slides, we see the code of conduct for care sitters. The code of conduct for care sitters, which stipulates the 10 expected values that each of us must have. Puts children's safety and well-being first. Maintain professional integrity. Respects all clients and their homes. The all-time favorites, to communicate clearly and courteously, and then to uphold high standards of cleanliness and personal hygiene. You also need to be reliable and punctual. Here we mentioned it as be dependable and punctual, same thing. You have to stay within the boundaries of your role. Staying within the boundaries of your role. That means that if you are there as a nanny, you are a third person to the family, you are not a family member, know your place and know when to act and when not to act. Seeking growth and continuous improvement. is important, and I'm sure that's why all of you have joined, even some of you who have experience already as domestic workers. One key thing is also to report concerns immediately they happen. Immediately there's a concern, please report it. And then represent care sitters with pride. Represent care sitters with pride. This topic is quite sensitive, but we need to discuss it all the same. Personal grooming, hygiene, and presentation. Very sensitive topic. Let me tell you a story. There once was a nanny who was very hardworking, very industrious, and the family loved her. But she had one little trait which they couldn't bear. It was that she had a bad body odor. So although they loved her work, she was nice with the kids, eventually the family had to let her go because they couldn't bear staying in the same car with her. This is a true life story. This is a true life story. It's important that you maintain good hygiene and a neat appearance. A neat appearance and smell good. This is especially important for people who are yet to meet clients for the first time. Your first impression that you make on the family will last. On social media, they say, don't look like your problems. Look good. Smell good. Act like the professional that you are, and that is what will build family trust. If you've noticed, on Care Sitters, we say we are Ghana's most trusted domestic care service provider. So this word, if there's anything you will remember from today, is this word, trust. Also, your personal grooming starts with your attitude. Your attitude also counts when it comes to personal grooming. I always recommend a bright smile, clean clothing and body at all times. Having a uniform would boost your presentation 100 times over. Another true story. Whenever we post on our portfolio, the sitters who have dressed up in a uniform or look like they are professionally dressed get 5 times more interview calls for interviews, up to 5 times more than those dressed in mufti. So get the care sitters scrubs, dress professionally, or the care sitters t-shirts, take a picture and update your portfolio so that you look professional. When it comes to the hair, it's very important that it is neatly tied and it is neatly washed and it is kept away so that it doesn't interfere with your work. We know that you are all very stylish and modern ladies, but when it comes to work, keep your hair in a short or tied up style so that you can be professional, brisk, and presentable. Your nails should also be trimmed so that you do not spread germs. Then the fresh breath and deodorant is a must. Fresh breath. Don't speak to anyone without brushing your teeth. And put on nice perfume and deodorant. Your first impressions last. And remember, it is all about building trust. Here is your focus. If you wear a lab coat without anyone checking out your credentials, they may assume you are a doctor or a nurse. So your appearance, besides having the skill, also incites trust. Everything you do should be towards this. Here, trust. Good. Now, communication and etiquette. We cannot stress it enough. The need for communication and etiquette. The interesting thing is, because we are largely serving Ghanaians and some foreign households, being majority Ghanaians yourself, you know that Ghanaian households have our own unique expectation and communication styles. So it will be in your best interest, whether you're serving foreigners or Ghanaians, to have that Ghanaian hospitality, Ghanaian etiquette. Also note that there's a difference between family communication and professional communication. Family communication is with people that they understand you. There's a backdrop, right? They understand you already. You don't need to prove anything, and they love you. But when it comes to professional communication, you should speak as if everything you say can and will be used for or against you. This is not to scare you, it's only to highlight the fact that you need to be clear, you need to be concise, you need to be polite in your communication. You need to be clear, you need to be concise, and you need to be polite in everything you say and do. An important aspect of communication is listening. Listen actively. When you are being given an instruction in a home, don't be too focused on the fact that you were doing something else in another home. Continue to listen actively to the instructions given by your current hosts. The tone of your voice and your body language in itself can communicate a lot. So bear in mind that Ghanaian culture highlights a certain extra level of respect. And bear that in mind when speaking, so that you are respectful at all times. Also, it's not just about reporting issues to the right person. You have to know when to do that, the right timing, and most importantly, how to report. The when and the how will together make the message you are giving more receptive or not. Then we move on to understanding family dynamics and household expectations. From day one, we recommend that you ask if the house has any rules. Don't wait to make the mistake before they correct you. Even if the mother seems busy, before you start anything, make an effort to sit down with them to ask, what are your rules? Once these rules have been told to you, respect them. Respect them. Sometimes they may not say, but after you start work, you will be reminded when you fall short. Once you are told, you need to respect these family values at all times. In your long career, you may meet different families. It's important that you adapt to the different parenting styles at all times. Adapt to the different parenting styles whilst managing your chores effectively. So, at this point, we'll do this activity when we meet later in the evening. But think on it. You need to pick a partner, and then one person will be the host or the client, the other person will be the sitter. Then we'll swap. And then you practice how you greet the family, how you introduce yourself confidently, and what you would wear to present yourself neatly. We hope that at the end of this training, you have been able to take away that this is professional work. This is professional work. There's nothing domestic about it, even though domestic is in the name. So, your attitude should be like someone who has woken up and dressed up to go to an office setting. This is also a valued work. You are saving lives and property. So, do it with a good attitude, with integrity, with all your ethics intact, following the code of conduct, and your appearance and communication have to be top notch. Top notch, always. Then, what will crown it all for you will be to understand that each family has a different dynamic. Study them, and you will have great success at the end. So, we'll meet in the evening to discuss briefly. It's an 1 hour slot, but we may not use the entire 1 hour. But prepare. This is your homework for tomorrow. Observe your own personal routines for those who are already assigned. Observe your own grooming today. Look at yourself. Reflect on your communication style, how you talk, how you receive people, how you answer your phone, and then prepare to discuss tomorrow the childcare routines and developmental needs. Some of you may think that you do not need to be part of childcare routine because you're an elderly caregiver. Please note that this is a basic and introductory course. So you need to be part of all the days of training in order to get the certificate. And you need to bear in mind that these three roles are very interrelated because there's a bit of childcare, there's a bit of a child in everyone, isn't there? And there's a bit of an elder in every home. And there's a bit of housework with either being a nanny or a housekeeper or a caregiver. So this basic course is important for everyone. So stay tuned. It's Miss Care. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow.